Hi, I'm Shorley. I'm a percussionist from Canada. This is part 2 of Basic Fives for the frame drum. In the first video, we focused on patterns where the group of 2 came first, and then a group of 3 to make up 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. In this video, we'll do the opposite. We'll start with the slow grouping, the group of 3, and then into a group of 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now, does it make any difference? It does, because where you emphasize, where you put a strong dum or a strong tek, will define the shape and the feel of the rhythm. So even though all these rhythms are similar to the ones in the first video, they're all 5s, they will have a different feel and will be appropriate for different grooves in different situations. So let's take a look at 3 basic 5s. The first one is always a long grouping of 3. And in this case, we will limit it so the first grouping is always a dum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. They all do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But the second drum stroke is going to change. It will either be 2 dums, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Or it will alternate between dum and tek. Dum and tek, and dum and tek, and dum and tek, and dum and tek. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. Or dum and pa. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Remember all of the internal pulses that are going on to make up the 5. Da, 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 da. You've got to internalize those. Okay? You can use a metronome at first to externalize them, so you hear beep, 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 beep. But eventually, in order for you to groove and feel comfortable, you have to take that pulsation and internalize it. Let's start with the dum and tek, alternating between dum and tek. What we're going to do is start just with that, and then we're going to fill in, using ka on the top hand, we're going to fill in those extra pulses, bit by bit. So the first one, there's no fill, there's no ka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then we're going to add a ka before we get to tek. Dum, ka, tek. The shape of the rhythm hasn't changed. It's still 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But it's a little more filled in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And in all these variations, try to keep the ka fairly light. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Add another ka at the end. Dum, ka, tek, ka, dum, ka, tek, ka, dum, ka, tek, ka, dum, ka, tek, ka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Fill everything. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Dum ka ka tek ka, dum ka ka tek ka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That same sequence we can go through with the other 2 basic versions of a long short 5, a slow and a quick, a 3 and a 2. Okay, we'll go back and just take the 2 dums. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then we'll put ka just before that second dum. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dum, ka dum, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dum, ka dum, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dum, ka dum. At the end of the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dum, ka dum, ka dum, ka dum, ka dum, ka dum, ka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Fill in entirely. Dum ka ka dum ka dum ka ka dum ka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, great. Now, the same idea we can do with the dum-pa sequence, where we gradually fill in the kas to make a complete flow. Now, it depends on how you want to use these patterns. I think I talked about this in the first video, but if you have a pattern that's completely filled in, that has a certain effect and can be very useful in certain settings. I tend to use those really filled in ones sparingly. I use them like variations because I like the basic rhythm to have more shape. Okay, let's move on to the variations that use dum for the long and pa for the short. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dum and a pa, dum and a pa, dum. Let's slow it down a bit. Dum and a pa, and dum and a pa. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This has a very different feel than the last one we were playing because the sound, the resonance, gets clamped short whenever you play pa. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Rhythmically, it's the same, okay? But the feeling of it is quite different, and the sound of it, the resonance is quite different. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So like before, let's slowly add in some kas with the top hand to create variations. First, between the dum and pa. So right before the pa, dum ka pa, dum ka pa, dum ka pa. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, dum ka pa. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's add another one at the end. Dum ka pa ka dum ka pa ka dum ka pa ka dum ka pa. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Dum ka pa ka dum ka pa ka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then we can totally fill in the pattern. Dum ka ka pa ka dum ka ka pa ka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this basic fives for frame drum. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. If you like this video, thumbs up, and stay tuned for more videos.